if you feel like you're spending more every month than you're taking in every month, then you should definitely be going through your wants and seeing what you can cut down. Hey peeps, it's Rina. Welcome to my anxiety-filled life. If you already saw my last video, thank you so much for returning per usual. And if you are new to my channel today, thank you for being a new peep, and hopefully you enjoy the video. So let's just get straight into today's video. Today I'm continuing part 2 of the mini budgeting series. This part of the series will be focusing on how I created my budget, and I'll give you an in-depth view of how I created it. This one that'll be included in the description box will be completely free. All you have to do is just click on the link. It's created through Google Sheets, so hopefully you're familiar with it. You do not have to have a Google account to access it, but it is easier if you do have one. I did also create a premium version that will be on sale next week, so look out for that if you want a more in-depth view. So in order to make sure that all of my expenses are accounted for, I do a zero-based budget. What that means is that when I subtract all of my expenses from my total income, it should equal 0. So for example, if I'm making $5,000 per month and my expenses are $3,500 monthly, I should be saving $1,500 per month. So a lot of budgeting spreadsheets go off of gross income. I like to go off of net income. So for those of you that don't know, gross income is basically all the money that you've earned before deductions, taxes, and all that type of stuff. And net income is the money that you take home, so your take-home pay after all the deductions and taxes and everything's been taken out of your paycheck. So your actual paycheck that you receive, that's your take-home pay. That's what I like to go off. So that's your net income. I personally go off of net income because you know how much money you're taking in and coming home with every month, plus deductions and taxes differ from state to state, so it's just easier to just go off of your net income because you know how much you're coming in with. The way that I budget is that I pretend that I am living off of 4 paychecks a month, and if there's a month that has 5 weeks, I save that entire 5th paycheck and just throw it into my savings. It kind of just helps me live below my means so that I don't think that's extra spending money because I'm getting a 5th paycheck. So that's how I like to think of it. Those who get paid bi-weekly or bi-monthly, whatever you prefer, it's a little bit easier because you know exactly how much you're getting per paycheck because you're getting 2 per month, so it's the same amount. So whatever method works for you, just do whatever suits your needs. As I said in one of my previous videos, your basic necessities are food, water, and shelter. But this may differ from person to person. So like if you work from home, Wi-Fi is a necessity because you need that to work from home. Or a want would probably be like a gym membership. Instead of paying a bunch of money every month for a gym membership, maybe you can opt for working at home. So it just depends on person to person and what you can afford comfortably. So the best thing you can do is definitely go through your bank statements, like I said before, 1, 2, 3 months back to see like your spending habits. And if you feel like you're spending more every month than you're taking in every month, then you should definitely be going through your wants and seeing what you can cut down. So the needs, obviously you can keep the same because those are stuff that you need from month to month. But the wants, sometimes it's not necessary to keep those wants. Just like Netflix, if you have Hulu or Netflix, just choose one that you prefer. Cut one out so that you can save some money. It may be a little bit, but once you start cutting things little by little, it really adds up. Once you've combed through your wants and needs, like through your expenses, the best thing you can do next is to comb through what are your fixed and variable expenses. So your fixed expenses are the ones that cost the same amount each month and never change. So you know exactly how you're gonna be charged. Like your rent or mortgage or your gym membership or a subscription that you signed on and you pay the same exact amount every single month. So on the other hand, variable expenses are expenses that cost a little bit different. Like you might know how much you usually spend every month, but it may vary from month to month. So things such as utilities like gas, water, heat might cost differently depending if it's the summer or the winter, as well as credit card fees depending on if you ran up your balance. It's going based off the percentage, so you might have a different payment from month to month. Or even groceries. So you might think, oh, I might spend, $200 per month on groceries because that's what you usually spend. But like in times of COVID, you probably spend a little bit more so you can cook more at home, stay home, stuff like that. So just think about that. And once you figured out your fixed and variable expenses, just make sure that you leave a little extra money so that if your bill goes up for one of your variable expenses, you have enough to cover it. Now that we've gone through gross versus net income, fixed versus variable expenses, and needs versus wants, we can now go through the custom spreadsheet that I've made. Those that purchase the premium spreadsheet that I've made will refer to a different video that I'm going to make at a later time. So now we're going to go through the free monthly budgeting spreadsheet that I created. This is customized. This is something that I've used in the past. I tweaked it a little bit so that it's easier for anybody who gets the link can use it. So I'm gonna leave the link to this budgeting spreadsheet in the description box of the video, and then once I'm done editing the video, I'm gonna put the video that I recorded in this area right here, the URL, so that you can click on it and refer back to it if you need any help. If there's any issues with this spreadsheet, just email me. I'm gonna leave my email in the spreadsheet as well. It's gonna be also in the description box so that you can let me know if there's anything I need to tweak. Yeah. So as soon as you open it, this is exactly what you see. You see my banner for my YouTube channel, and then you come down to the month, so you can record what month it is and what year it is, so you can keep track of what month you're looking at and what budget you're looking at. So this box right here is where you're gonna put your net income. So this is how much you make in 1 month. Just look through all of your paychecks, whether it's you get 2 paychecks per month, 3 paychecks, 4 paychecks. Put all of that in here so that you know how much you're making for that month. The dark green labels are basically all of the categories. So you have housing, utilities, food, clothing, transportation, insurance, medical, health, personal, subscriptions, recreation, education, and debts. And underneath those categories, there are smaller line items, and then once you put in all of your amounts, they total at the bottom. So say you put $10 here, obviously mortgage and rent would not cost that much, but I'm just showing an example, and then $5 here, it's going to add it all up at the bottom. So let me just put this back to 0. And then once you filled out every single category, it's going to show up here. So I've created a budget summary snapshot so that as you're editing and putting in those numbers, you can automatically see how those totals are adding up in this area. And below that, this is the zero-based budget that I referenced in the video earlier. So basically, once you put in this number for how much you're taking home per month, it will autofill here so that this is like your total take-home pay, and it says it right here so that you have a reference. So it says this represents your total net income. So you put that here. So if I were to put $5,000 here, I said 5,000 and it typed in 500. There we go. It would type in $5,000 here, and it says amount left to budget because I haven't putting in any expenses. But if I start putting in expenses such as like $100, $200 here, it automatically subtracts that from the $5,000, and this is how much I have left to budget. So the goal, like I said in the video, is to get your amount left to budget to be 0. So continue to tweak your budget here and there and see where you're over and under until this is 0. If this is a negative number, that means you're spending way more than you can afford and that you're taking home, so that you need to go through your wants and needs again to see what you need to take out so that your budget can be a zero-based budget. If you have a surplus, so if your number is positive and you're over, throw that money either in savings or add it to your spending money or something. Or if you feel like one of your line items is projected to go up next month or within the next few months, just leave that to the side so that you can pad it on for that line item.
But yeah, so this is literally it. It's very simple, very easy to use. You can, whether you're a teenager or someone who's older and you haven't learned how to budget, this is very easy and straightforward. As long as you go through, like I said, your bank statements, whether it's 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. I recommend going 3 months back so that you can see a pattern of expenses, and it's very easy to use. So this right here is the free budgeting sheet example. So basically I put in some numbers so that you have something to reference on. It's the same as the budgeting template. I literally just put in some numbers so that people can reference it. And I'm going to do the same thing and put the video that I'm recording now here for reference. So I use this month, so I put April here, then 2020. The net income I put as this amount right here. So this is not my income just for me. This includes the money that I get from my boyfriend because we split our expenses for our apartment. So in terms of rent, we split that, but he gives me a portion since the apartment is in my name. And then the the utilities we also split, because I signed up for Con Edison in my name as well. So this is not my total income, that's just including rent and this stuff. Okay, so I'm just gonna quickly run through it because it's very easy and counterintuitive. So like I said, my rent is $1,471.75. When I budget, I always round up to the nearest dollar, so you can do decimals and it will adjust accordingly. It does not matter. Just do whatever you prefer. I just prefer to round up. So same thing with my renter's insurance. It's 9 something. I think it's like $9.32, but I always round up to the nearest dollar, like I said. So I made it $10. So that's my total for housing, and you can see it being shown over here in the budget snapshot. If you go to utilities, this is how much I pay for cooking gas and electricity. Our water, sewer, and heat is included in our rent, so that's $0. It gets our utility bill gets lower in the wintertime because we don't need the AC units that we have, but it's gonna go up. It's gonna be around this amount. It's been going up as it gets a little bit warmer. It's a little bit cold in New York City, but we've been using electricity a lot more now that we're working from home due to COVID. My mobile phone bill, I'm with T-Mobile with my mom, my brother, my sister, and my little brother. So I pay my portion, which is $200 per month, and that is fixed. My boyfriend and I share Wi-Fi in our apartment. It's $54. I pay $27. He pays $27. The bill is in his name, so I send the money to him, which is why that's only $27. And as you can see, the total is here, and it's also shown in the spreadsheet. In the snapshot over here. Clothing, I don't really spend money on clothing. I usually just do one big shopping haul before I get a new job so that I can have clothes to wear for work. I keep the same clothes that I've worn. I've given some away, or I sell it, whatever it may be. But I barely buy clothing. And if I do, I put it on my credit card and then just pay it off. Transportation, I pay nothing for transportation because I use transit check through my job. So basically they use pre-tax money to buy my MetroCard. I pay monthly. So that already comes out as a deduction before I get my paycheck. So it's a little bit cheaper and saves me a little bit of money per month. So it's $0 for me because it's pre-tax money. Insurance, I do pay on insurance, but I don't remember what it is. It's very low. I think it's like $12 through my company, and that includes health, dental, and vision. I really don't remember the number at the moment, but I'm just gonna put 12. Just call it, just to give it a number, whatever. Medication, I don't buy any medication. Like I said, my dental is included in my insurance plan through my job. Gym membership, I just canceled it with Planet Fitness because I realized I wasn't going, and I just work out from home, and it's much easier because I don't have to go to a second location after work. I can just come home and work out from home. So now that's $0, but it used to be $10 per month. Toiletries. My boyfriend and I split this because we buy different things, but it's usually, I wouldn't say 100. It's probably cheaper than that. I'd say 50 because we usually buy everything in bulk and it lasts us months, so I really don't know the calculations, but I'm gonna drop this down to 50 per month. I don't think it's this much. Self-care. I don't really get my hair and nails done. I do mostly everything by myself, so the only hair products I buy are Melanin Hair Care by Natural 85 on YouTube. So I always buy I've been buying the trifecta and it lasts me a few months, so I just split that. I think I paid 50 something before, and I split it by 3 months because that's usually how long it lasts, 3 to 4 months. So it's usually $18 per month that I'm using. What else? Work lunch. I don't buy work lunch. I learned from my last job that it just really adds up, so I've been making all of my lunches from home every day. Emergency funds. I've actually been putting $1,800 per month, but I dropped it because I'm rolling over my 401k account. So I think I allocated $100 after tax to pay towards my retirement account. And I dropped this down to $1,700. Spending money. I really don't spend a lot per month. If anything, it's like things on Amazon that I might randomly see that I might want. But if that is the case, and I don't spend that much, I end up just throwing the rest of the money into savings or rolling it over to the next month so I can, have extra spending money. Sinking funds. A lot of people don't know about sinking funds, but it's basically just allocating a small portion of your money to the side for like a large expense. Like I wrote holidays, baby showers, so things that that might be coming up, and you just want to put a little money to the side so that you're not scrapping for funds at the last minute when you need the money. I don't have any children or pets, so that's $0. Music and tech, I don't pay anything. So yeah, that's the total. Under subscriptions, this one I decided was very necessary because I feel like a lot of budgeting spreadsheets don't account for subscriptions. Like, we've advanced to the point where we're subscribed to a lot of things like Netflix, Hulu, beauty subscriptions, clothing subscriptions. So that's why I added a lot of space. You can add as many as you want, and you could take out the ones that you don't use. That's totally fine. Netflix, I'm with my family still. I don't pay anything, so that's $0. Hulu, I pay for myself. Ad free, it's $12 a month. Amazon Prime, so I can get that 2-day or 1-day shipping. $15 a month, totally worth it. HBO, I only have this. I had it when we had Game of Thrones, and then I would cancel it. And now that Insecure is back, I have it. So I'm paying $15 a month, but once the season's over, I'm gonna cancel it again because I don't need it. I don't watch anything else on HBO besides Insecure, so it is what it is. If you do have any suggestions for any other shows, let me know. Disney Plus, my boyfriend pays for that, so I don't have to pay for that. Crunchyroll, my boyfriend also pays for that, so I don't have to worry about that. Spotify, I just use the free version. I don't have any other subscriptions, but I'm basically paying $76, so imagine if you don't know how many subscriptions that you're paying towards. Oh wait, I have 2 right here that I have. What is this? $10 and $24. Oh, I know what this is. In one of my previous videos, I talked about the Live Richer Academy. So I spend $10 a month for that, and then $24. What am I spending? Oh, I know what this is. This is the Regal Unlimited Pass. So Regal has this deal where you can pay $24 a month and you can watch any amount of movies in 1 month. And you also get 10% off of movie snacks. And we always end up buying movie snacks anyway. I know it's expensive. That's one of the things where we started making popcorn at home and just bringing it with us and buying snacks from the corner store instead. But sometimes we don't want to go through the hassle of trying to sneak in snacks, so we'll just buy it there. So the 10% off definitely helps out. And then $24 per month, like we were spending I think almost $15 per person for just one movie. So that's like $30. Now we can see 3 movies in one day, and we're still paying $24 per month. And we're avid moviegoers, so we knew that, you know, getting this would definitely work. He has it too, because it's $24 per person. You can do it like per couple or something like that. So yeah, that's $50 per month is not bad at all. Recreation, I'm starting to put $100 towards a vacation fund. I was actually supposed to go to vacation this week, but it got canceled due to COVID, so we're saving that money until you know, outside opens back up, and then we can go on vacation. I have one credit card at the moment through Discover. So usually it's like 22% of the balance or $35, which one is more. Right now I've been paying about, I think, $100 to $200 because my balance is like over, I think it's about $1,000. So I'm trying to pay that down, and then I'll be able to pay $35 a month. What else? I have a microloan through Affirm. So if anyone doesn't know what Affirm is, it's an app that basically you can finance pretty much anything. I know there's other ones like Klarna. What else is there? I don't know the others, honestly, but I only use Affirm. I use Klarna as well, but it doesn't work for every store, but Affirm has worked for every single store. I've used them probably about 12 times between me and my boyfriend, just for big purchases like our TV, our washer and dryer, our AC units. Yeah, so we only use it for big purchases, and that's it. And then I don't think I have another microloan. I think that's it. Student loan 1, so that's my federal loan. And obviously you could customize this. This actually got dropped recently to $120. I don't know why they dropped it, but obviously, like I said in my previous video, it's going to be $0 until September of this year because of the CARES Act. So I have been putting this $132 in my savings, and I will continue to do so until November because my federal loan provider has paused it until November for us. What else? 135. Oh, that's Mohila. That's my big one. That's the big chunk. It's actually like a little bit under, but like I said, I round up, so it's $13.35. And then I have one personal loan through my credit union. That I will be paying $141. And I will do a video on all of my debts. Trust me, it is coming. So yeah, this is how much I'm paying every month towards my debts. Fun stuff. But once I pay it down, it shall not be a problem. But yeah, it says I have $38 left to budget. I feel like I'm missing something. Let me see. Oh, wait. I do have another microloan. I'm going to my friend's bachelorette party in August. So I bought my plane tickets. They were really cheap, but I didn't want to pay cash for it because I knew about the situation that was going on. I just wanted to keep a lot of cash. Batch ticks. Oh, by the way, this one is for Disney. So that's where I was supposed to be going for my vacation. I've been there many times, but my boyfriend has never gone, so I wanted him to get the experience. So we pay this together, which isn't too bad. Oh yeah, and this is $28 per month. I think that's it. So right now it says I have $10 left to budget, so I can either bump up my savings, which is in personal, so I could bump this up, or I could bump up my sinking funds by $10. So once that's all done, look, this is 0. So this should be the same number. This should be 0. So this is perfect. So my net income minus all of my expenses equals 0. And that's how I like to do it, so that every penny is accounted for. So yeah, this is my spreadsheet. Also, I decided to do a more in-depth one. This is the one that I really worked really hard on, but I don't want to necessarily give it away for free because it took many hours to tweak it. I'm going to do a separate video on this, and I don't know what the price is going to be yet, but it will go on sale next week. So just look out for that. And yeah, so that's the end of this video.
If you made it here to the end, thank you so much for kicking it with me. Let me know if you have any comments or questions in the comment section. I will be doing part 3 hopefully by next week. That will focus more on how I track my budget using some of the apps that I've been working with for a few years now. And I'll be recommending those in that video. Per usual, spend wisely, stay safe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.
Young, broken, independent, not broken, not quitting, I'ma get it. Even though I still struggle, I'm sufficient. Like what's up, aiming, how it's business. Believe me, it's finna happen. They call them detours, we call it passion. How many no's you receive? I just stopped counting. So why you still doing this shit? I'ma cash in the fountain. See this dream dance between my ear canal, lives inside my heart like a future child. Possess the wisdom in between my smile. The world gotta see me, it may take a while. That's okay, it's prepared for. Played a lot of shows I had to pay for. Define the crowd, me, myself, and I, and the DJ and my homeboys. Good things take some time, I'm like, ooh yeah. Patience is a virtue when I'm moving. Looking at my life, it's a movie. Lot of ups and downs, I'm sticking to it. I got the sauce, I got the drip. I make the play, I get the assist. Impossible, it exists. The slow grind made a better trip.
Today I'm continuing part 2 of the budgeting series. Today I'm also comb through all of your wants and needs. Now you need to comb through your fixed expenses and your variable expenses. Once you've combed through your wants and needs, it's time to comb